Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about how Trump's desire for Greenland contradicts two pillars of his rhetoric. Recently, I briefly touched on the idea that Greenland was becoming more important on the foreign policy scene, and that it was important to U.S. interests because of the ice melting. That prompted some questions, so we'll go through some of the reasons. Okay, so as the climate takes its toll and the ice melts, two things become immediately noticeable. First is that waterways start to open up, waterways that will be important for shipping. The other thing that happens as the ice recedes is that natural resources become accessible, minerals, oil, and so on. As an example, Greenland has uranium. See, the thing about these reasons is they hinge on climate change being real, something Trump claims isn't real. His interests here seem to show he knows it is very real. Beyond that, Greenland is perfectly positioned as a gateway to a new Arctic theater, because the cold north is going to be a hotspot. The estimates of the amount of undiscovered resources, primarily dirty energy, are pretty big. Beyond that, Greenland is perfectly situated for intelligence gathering stations. Historically, Greenland has served as a staging area and a unique location for U.S. military uses. Recently, over on the other channel, we talked about how a Project Iceworm location has accidentally been mapped by NASA. Iceworm was a secret U.S. facility in Greenland during the Cold War. It's a fun read if you're bored and want to learn about a secret nuclear station built under the ice. Still, another reason is simply denial of access. If the U.S. has it, major competitor nations don't. China has expressed interest in establishing a polar trading network, and Russia has been playing around in the Arctic too. They've been reopening Soviet-era facilities. Does this mean Trump's pursuit of Greenland makes sense? Not really. Primarily because Denmark knows everything I just said, and they don't plan on selling it. And that brings us to the next piece of rhetoric that Trump likes to use, that his pursuit of Greenland undermines. So, Denmark isn't going to sell it to the U.S., which means the U.S. won't be able to deny access to competitors or use the land for all of those important national security reasons, right? If only we could get Denmark to ally with us on matters of national security. Maybe we could get a bunch of countries in Europe and the North Atlantic to join. We could call it NATO. Denmark is part of NATO. The alliance Trump constantly undermines and casts as unimportant secures Allied access to the very piece of land he is pursuing. Trump's pursuit of Greenland shows his rhetoric about climate change and NATO is wrong. More importantly, it shows he knows it's wrong. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.